This is Don McDowell, president of the Arizona Deer Association. We submitted our comments on opening the 4 national wildlife refuges in southern Arizona and then had the opportunity to hand them to the Secretary of the Department of Interior, David Bernhardt. Hey, give it a look. And before we get going, Mr. Secretary, here's the official hook and bullet
Absolutely.
hat. We've got an ADA hat for you.
Oh, that's awesome.
I know these guys on the outside, we have one for the congressman and an ADA hat.
That is awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, these have been blessed by my pastor to catch bigger fish and kill bigger deer.
Well, I'll tell my.
Those are really great. We've got a lot of great fishing opportunities here.
Oh, I know.
And I'm excited to be able to support you personally and professionally. These guys do such a great job, and now you're there, and we worked with President Trump, and Junior was on the radio show.
Absolutely. Oh, was he?
Yeah, he was, and I asked him. I mean, this was really cool.
He's been an incredible advocate for sportsmen, and largely the vast majority of stuff we've done is because of, it's all because of the president, but it's also Don Jr. was highly influential on laying the president's ideas out originally, and that's made a huge difference. Huge difference.
Oh, it is. You know, from where we sit here, working with Congressman Gosar and Commissioner Davis here, you know, we're all fighting the same fight. And during the previous administration, it was like having zip ties. And what you're doing now, starting with trying to open up the country with the president, waiving the fees in the national park and get out and recreate, that was huge. That was just absolutely mammoth. The next thing that comes out of his office is opening up the national wildlife refuges here. We've got about 940,000 acres under siege that need to be opened up. Where are we in that process?
So we're at a very important point right now, and that's the point where the public can weigh in and comment, and so folks can comment in, tell us that this is a good idea. Here's what's going to happen. If we finalize the regulation that we have on the street right now that's proposed, the president's tenure will have opened and expanded hunting and fishing opportunities on over 4 million acres of federal land. And that is an extraordinary way from a direction a few years ago that was headed in the reverse of that all the time, taking more and more away. This president has done more to expand access than anyone.
Well, he can't do it without guys like you and Congressman Gosar. This gentleman right here may be from Arizona's Congressional District number 4, but he's a congressman for all of America.
Absolutely.
This guy as well. He's a game commissioner for Arizona, but what he does here filters out across the lower 48s especially. So thank you guys. You guys are just awesome. We've got some other issues, and you can take this back with you. Here's the response on the National Wildlife Refuge from the Arizona Deer Association. It's got my signature on it. We had that hand delivered to DC, so we're up to speed on that. And,
that is fantastic.
I think that is such a huge bonus for Arizona hunters. You know, we get to hunt mule deer, whitetail, even spotted skunks. Who knew?
That's this is exactly what we're talking about, and I really appreciate that letter because it's significant. This part of the country actually has received, I think, more openings and expansions than almost anywhere else over the last 2 years, and which is great news to everybody. And the other major accomplishment that we've seen is Congressman Gosar, Senator McDowell, others worked to develop the Dingle Act, which was the largest public lands package to pass in over a decade and a half. And when that passed, it included language in it that said federal agencies needed to recognize that hunting and fishing opportunities were meaningful. They need to be considered in management decisions. And that's the first time that's ever been enshrined in law the way it is. And to provide access to everyone going forward. And so it's locked in. It'll take a statute to do it, to undo it. And the congressman and others really did a good job with that. And that's great work.
Okay, great. Well, once again, I want to welcome you to Arizona. I've personally been working hard with your staff. Jeff Small is one that we met with.
That's right.
Marshall Critchfield, another.
But he's fantastic, isn't he?
Excellent. And we work hard with Commissioner Davis and the other commissioners and Director Gray here. We all have a common goal. It's our heritage. And you know, we would like to leave it a little bit better than what we found it. So you have my commitment to work strongly with your administration and all your people. If there's anything you can do, you've got my phone number. And my
Thank you so much for that comment.
And I appreciate you doing what you're
Taking
doing.
the time to come.
Thanks for the comment. It was great to come down. And let's remember, wildlife is primarily managed by the state. And it's the State Fish and Game Commission, and it's actually the hunters and the anglers who are funding all these great efforts. And you know, that's really where conservation begins with that first step into the field, or first step towards.
Well, and in fact, I think you were supposed to be here the COVID-19 started.
That's exactly right. The 13th
March 8th.
March 8th. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And we're sorry you missed you there. And then we were supposed to, no, March 8th, we were supposed to fly 18A. On the 9th, we went up and filmed it, and we're scheduled to fly that again. And Marshall has all of the
That's right. We had
nuances on 18A.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a 500,000 acre 5-year project that we're doing with the game department, HPC. And it's not just wildlife. It's we just did a grant for reduction of fuel.
Is that right?
In there, and that's right in the middle of CD4. That's saving lives and building and property and livestock and wildlife. So what we do is for all of God's little creatures. It's certainly a symbiotic relationship with the landowners, the ranchers, and the villagers.
That's right.
So anyway, it takes a village. Hey, I'm Don McDowell, and I want to thank Commissioner Davis, Congressman Gosar, and Secretary David Bernhardt.